Hello everybody, it's me, Kathy Grillo of Kathy Grillo Design. This is where you can find and follow me, and I hope you take a second to check it out and give me some support. I really appreciate it. Hello! So, today we are trying something new. I'm going to take a second and hop into my own broadcast here. There's all sorts of new tricks. Alright. So the new thing is hello, you get to see me. And let's see, we need to get to the live. There we go. I need to get into my chat in case anybody hops in. Oh, so many buttons, so many buttons. Alright, so I'm going to paint a little bit. If you don't already know, I am a digital painter. I call myself a digital painter and not a digital artist because I paint basically like I would on a regular canvas. My canvas just happens to be the computer screen, or the computer screen over there. Or I don't know which way it is. It's one of these ways. Anyway, so I paint every stroke just like I would basically paint on there. I use very little digital tricks, and I'm painting with Corel Painter, which I love. It does a really great job of recreating how paint mixes and blends. And so my favorites are the digital oils, and I am working on this little iris, no, not iris, I said irises because I was just out watering my irises. These are poppies. And I'm a little nervous to be on camera, to be honest. So this is a new step for me, stepping out. And I hope you give me a little like and a follow or subscribe down there. A comment would be nice for the encouragement. I appreciate it all. I feel like I'm low in this picture. I don't know. I don't know if it's my chair. Oh, gosh. Or it's my camera. Or a combo of both. It's so hard to tell. I'll have to work on this. Obviously, I'm going to be a work in progress here. Alright, let's get to painting, right? I don't want to be zoomed in that much. There, that should be good. So we're going to work on this. The other thing that is really strange for me is with YouTube being really picky about copyrights and things, which I understand the need for it, but you know, when you're just sort of having some background music to sort of play along, and you know, then it gets ugly because you're having copyright stuff. So I don't have any music, and that kind of throws me off because I usually paint with some music in the background, and I have been using my friend's music, but it's the same deal now. And I guess, you know, everybody wants to get a little piece of the money. Who knows? Who knows, right? So I don't usually have people in here, and I know I've been really sporadic. I'm planning to try to really be on here, do some like 15 to 30-minute videos on digital painting and whatever I'm working on. And so if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I would love to answer them, either replying in the comments or next time I'm on a broadcast, which will be every Wednesday around 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is when I am planning to be here. So I would appreciate a little subscribe and likes and comments and sharing. All that helps. It all helps just a little bit. You know, being a little new at some of this, I could use some help. Anyway, so what I do is I just kind of put these colors down just like I would sort of, if I had paints, I would be dabbing a little bit of each paint, and then I'm going to come in and smear them. So let's get a nice light color, and the important part is to kind of blend these colors in the direction that the petals are going, so you get those nice stripes in the right way. And I'm gonna, one of the tricks that I do digitally, I said is being able to erase paint. Try erasing real oil paint. It ain't gonna happen so easily. So, I think I want a little bit of this. I'm trying to get just the right color up here, you guys. You'll see me do my little thinking. And I'm going to turn this off. Turn the sketch off. There we go. And I'm going to use this, it's called Gloopy. Real technical name for this brush. But what it does is it gives me the little texture that I like. And I'm just going to trace over my edges here and just see how the brush strokes made these nice little loops. And then when I do that, we get some texture, which is another thing that I love on Corel Painter. I'm going to add a little more texture in here. And one of these days I'll have some time to explore a little bit. I need to get on and do some lessons for myself, to be honest with you. Alright, so now I'm going to do this brush, this section. I'm a little pale, I think. Almost like a blushy look. Alright, so I'm going to fix that. Did they come out right? We'll have to do that little black spot. Alright. Oop, I screwed up. I put the light on the bottom. But like my my favorite TV guy, Bob Ross, said, there are no mistakes. So we're just going to touch it up a little bit. And so like I said, put this spot back in. A little bit here. And just kind of smear it a little bit so it looks like it's blending in. And then I'm going to take my other favorite blender, which is called Just Add Water, and that's exactly what it's like doing. It's like taking some water and just touching it to your paint. And I'm just going to get these streaks in, but make them a little softer. And bring some of this color up. So with these highlights and shadows, I'm hoping are going to give the sense of a petal sort of being buckled and folded, a little wavy. I want this to be darker now, so I'm gonna just borrow some of this pink. There we go. Alright, so I'll turn off my sketch, which I just use the sketch kind of more of a guideline. And I'm going to borrow that a little bit. And we'll just smear this just a little. Alright, so I want this to contrast. So I'm going to experiment here a little bit with the color I'm going to use on this edge. And let's see if I can get it. Don't, I think I need to go lighter. Either lighter or darker. Let's go. Let's try this. It's okay over here, but it's still too similar there. Alright. Maybe more pastel, let's try. That's not bad. I kind of like that. So, I'm just going to throw in some directional things there. Alright. So you see how this this petal is going to come up over this. So I'm just going to erase that really quick. And erase that. So I need to do this one under here. I'm going to try to paint this one, well, most of this one flower, well, maybe the one flower. Hasn't been that long already. You know, I just don't, still experimenting here on YouTube. So, we'll be giving it a go again. It's one of my mottos though, so I need to live by my own advice. I found that through this art journey, I'm pretty passionate about creating a sense of community and supporting each other and sort of being a mentor to some of the younger up-and-comers. And because of that, I give some advice out, and it's like, you know, Kat, it's time to listen to some of your own advice. It's not always easy to do, right? Sometimes it's easier to help somebody else and tell them your great ideas than it is to actually put those ideas into work for yourself. But that's a whole nother issue. You kids think we got it all going on. Yeah, well, surprise, surprise. I don't know if anybody ever really has it all going on. Alright, so we're gonna get these little I like this little touch, like it's like the light might be hitting it right there. Okay. We're just gonna make these a little lacier. A little lacier. I want these to be dark. Okay. And then we'll just bring a couple. I just want to blend this a little bit. I think that's going to work. We'll have to see when we're all done. 2 more petals. So I try my best to work from the back to the front. So when I do the texture, the I'm trying to, they'll be layered properly. All these colors. In the right spot. Ooh, this might be too light. I think it is. It's alright. We're going to take this and then I will smear some more colors on it. That is too dark. Alright, so I want to have a little, it came out a little orangey for me. I want to blend it. So what I'm going to do is take this grainy blender. And so this is going to blend with the color below it. And I want to make it slightly pinker. But still have sort of that So this is called a grainy blender, and so it will, first off, it's a grainy brush stroke, which means some of the other colors will show through. If I got really close, you would see that, you know, it's grain, it looks grainy, and then this is blending in with the paint that's below it, and that will create the new color. And then I'm just gonna bring some of that out a little bit. Maybe let's go a little orange, just a little orange, and we'll do a smear, a little bit of smearing. And then I will come back in. So I want some highlights here. So the bigger the petal, I need a bigger water brush. And so water, when you add the water, it just kind of softens that blend. It's a nice subtle shade here. And I want to add the dark back in. I think I'm going to do that with the grainy brush as well. So I could darker than that. So this is one of the main petals, and so we're going to really want to get this to pop up. I kind of want to add this little tinge of lightness. Let me see what happens. This is the good thing that, yeah, I like that better. This is a good thing that digital art has done for me, is it has freed me up to experiment and take some chances, because if I mess it up, I am not wasting supplies. I just redo it. So it takes the fear out of making a mistake I can't come back from, and that whole fear set that I did used to have painting on paper and canvases, because all that stuff, if you're an artist, you know all that stuff costs a lot of money, which is part of the reason that, you know, art is expensive, and you know it's a lot. You know, artists invest not only their soul and their time and their energy, but their money. And you're always like searching for those sales at the craft stores. Okay, we'll bring that up with some bright. So if you do take some basic shading knowledge of how dark and light recede and push forward, I'm going to put on, there's just like a tint of this pink in this one. And onto this deep red as well. Alright, this is a big one. I think I'm going to actually take my smearing brush and make it a little bigger for this petal. That might be good. Alright, oops. I want to go a little more pink in that orange. Change it because it's like blooming out here. Alright, so this one I am going to trim up a little bit because it just got a little out of control. And I want to keep my composition a little bit, especially over here. And up on those colors a little bit. add some more dark, I believe. So I want it to have a nice dark crease in there so we know. Alright, let me get darker. I just kind of want to throw this in here a little bit. Alright. I think I need just a teeny touch right here. Because if you know anything about lighting, when you put a shadow and a highlight right next to each other, you'll get the most impact for your shapes. So it's just like this is curving out. And get a little redder for. Alright, so I'm going to come out like this. Just a little brighter. Because I want it to be dark, but I don't want it to not be seen. Too much the same. So this loopy brush, not only does it give it texture, but it also does blend with the colors below it. And so you do need to, it'll come out a different color depending on the colors that it's blending with. So that's why sometimes, you know, like I'm seeing I like this color, but then it doesn't come out the same. Oh, that's way too fat, see? It doesn't come out the same because it's blending with the colors that are already there. And so that's where you come in with a little bit of the playing around. See, because I want it to be sort of, let me just try a lighter pink. Let's see. Alright, and that's, I think, is more the color, but the brush is still too big. Alright, that's a little better. Bring it up there. Nope. See, on this side it needs to be more red. That's good. Okay, so now we can really sell it with the proper little texture marks coming up from the center. I'm gonna make a couple light ones right up the edge. clean this up. All right. So here you have it. We have one more poppy done. The center is like a whole nother thing, so we're not even going to get into that right now. But you can feel free to check me out on any of my other social medias. I would suggest a Facebook or Instagram to see finished posted works, and I would appreciate any of your comments and subscriptions, and thank you for spending some time with me. Hope to see you soon.